All right. Welcome back, folks, to the FF Face-Off. This is a fantasy football podcast where we are answering your Week 14 start-sit questions. Everything else in between, you have other questions, we might have answers. We'll try and help you out the best we can. Feel free to visit fffaceoff.com for all of your fantasy football, NFL, sports betting needs. If you guys are watching on the old YouTube, we appreciate the support. We see it every day. Feel free to like this. Feel free to subscribe if you can. Helps us out immensely. And so we'll jump right into it right now. My name is Michael Hopp. You can follow me on X at the FF Realist. I'm joined by Mr. Space Jam himself, Pete Nova, who can be followed at Supernova38 with 2 R's, of course, as always, with the disclaimer. Pete, how's about you?
It's good. I just realized that we're connected to Steve's other channel as well on YouTube, so we're streaming there. Just gonna leave it up. So
you're welcome, Steve.
Yeah, you're welcome, Steve. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Thursday Night Football's here. You know, I love fantasy football. I'm just ready to get to the playoffs. And then I'm ready for playoff football. It is a grind this season with all the injuries.
Yeah,
it's been a long season, but we're getting there, and excited for the off season, excited for the NFL playoffs. I did want to say, I do run with my dad a playoff league as well. I'm definitely open to, allowing followers and listeners to play. We just need to make sure that you pay up before getting you in. Essentially, all you do is just pretty much you pick 4 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 6 wide receivers, 4 tight ends, 4 defenses, 4 kickers. People can have the same lineups. It's kind of like DFS in a way in that regard, but you could pick anybody that you want in the NFL playoffs. And then as teams get eliminated, you lose those players and you start a lineup every single week. And then in the Super Bowl, like sometimes some people don't even have a full lineup in the Super Bowl, but it's a cumulative where each week your points add up, whoever you start. And then whoever ends up with the most points ends up winning. We usually get anywhere from like 50 to 75 people in it. It's a lot of fun. So ready for that too. But
I've done those in the past, and I am interested in doing that with you and your dad. So sign me up.
Yeah, I'll get you in there, and we'll talk more about it as we as we open that up and get people in there. Jared said, "Hey guys, no Anthony Yell at Hoff. Sounds like Breece Hall going to be out. Grab Braylon Allen. Yeah, I would grab Braylon Allen either way. We don't really know what to expect. This is at the point of the year where teams start making business decisions. And that coaching staff is not coaching for their, to be the head coach, whatever the case may be. We don't know. Breece Hall looks hurt, and he's banged up. So even if Braylon Allen could have value, well, let's see how it looks. But I would definitely be picking him up.
Yeah, same here.
All right.
Well, I figured I'll let you get the super chat. I did want to mention a rumor I heard, but we can get the super chat first, so it's more important.
All right, we'll get the super chat. Alfredo, appreciate the super chat, my friend. Said, I have McBride and Jonnu Smith. I'm thinking about dropping Smith to stash another defense for the week ahead, if that makes sense. Is there anybody else you can drop besides Jonnu Smith? Yeah, I mean, I'm all for hoarding and stashing defenses. Let us know who you have on your roster. Why don't you send us in your roster? Let's see if we can pick or identify somebody else better to drop. And then I would also say, who are your options to pick up? Ravens were on. I will say this: the Ravens were on my waiver wire, and the Ravens defense has not been good this year, but they do play the Giants next week. So I pick them up as a stash. I don't know if I'm going to play them, but I would take a look and see, since they are on a bye this week, so they're probably available.
It's kind of funny to me. I was thinking about this yesterday. Speaking of Jonnu Smith, which I agree. I would see if there's somebody else you can drop besides Jonnu. Yeah. They kind of Cade Otton and Jonnu Smith just kind of like 2 ships passing in the night. Cade Otton was raking, now he's tanking, and Jonnu was not doing great, and now he's fucking phenomenal. So just thought that was a little interesting. These are the things I think about when I got nothing else better to do.
No, look, I mean, I totally get that. I was actually thinking today, something similar. I don't know if it was Kate Otten, but I think it was the conversation where it was about Zach Moss and Chase Brown and how like so many people advocated for at least I know I did. All I said was give me the cheaper back in the backfield because I didn't really
Sure.
know, and that cheaper back was Chase Brown. I think many
It
people
was
knew that
back
Zach
then.
was gonna be a starter.
Mm.
I mean, Chase Brown a league winner. I don't think that's putting it lightly. But all right, if you guys are here, feel free to like the show, comment,
I,
subscribe, send in your questions.
I
Uh,
did want to ask you real quick.
yeah,
Did you hear? See, only because I saw it on I saw it on SNY, which is like the New York sports thing.
Hmm.
Did you see the thing that Arthur Smith was rumored to be like one of the strong names to coach the Jets?
I didn't see that it was for the Jets. I did see that
Yeah.
he apparently was pushing off college offers. I think his alma mater in college
I
was
saw the
looking to
Jets.
possibly bring him in.
If that guy had a hard time answering questions to the Atlanta media, guy will get chewed up and spit out in New York. That won't
I would
last.
I would say honestly, you know, the Giants are more I would rather go to the Giants than the Jets. That would be if I was a head
Yeah,
coach and a
agreed.
GM right now, I'd rather go to the Giants. They just got Malik Neighbors. They don't have to deal with what's going to happen with Rodgers, unsure what's going to happen with Devontae Adams.
Just ownership too. You
Ownership.
know?
I mean, the Mara family kind of meddles a little bit, but it doesn't seem like it's as bad as Woody Johnson. I'd
Agreed.
rather go to the Giants. They have money that, they have Neighbors on the rookie deal. They have Dexter Lawrence. Like I mean, both teams have some stars. But I'd rather go to the Giants at this point
True.
than the
Same.
Jets. All right. Alfredo said, Johnny Smith is basically my weakest guy I have on my bench. Terry Monty, Garrett Wilson, James Conner, Hubbard, Johnny, and Nix. I wouldn't. I mean, could you drop Nix is the question. He said my starters are A-Chain, Barkley, Lamb, Puka, Pickens, Murray, McBride, Tampa. I don't think you can drop Nix then because Kyler Murray has been inconsistent.
Yep.
So I think you just got to ride it out. It sucks. I don't know how big this league is because you do have a lot of really good depth.
Yeah, you're
So
pretty stacked.
I'm kind of curious, but yeah, I mean that's tough. It sucks, but you got to look at it this way: you're dropping a team to help another. You're dropping a player that's going to help another team. Jonathan Smith has been extremely hot. I'm not giving him away for free to anybody right now.
Yeah,
right or wrong.
1,000%. Yeah.
Greg says, "What's up, fellas?" Alfredo said a 10-man. Yeah, so I would just, I would
I
just
checked
hang
out.
on. I would hang on to Jono at this point. Let me scroll back up to where we were.
Oh, sure.
MG said Disley or Laporta PPR. I'm going with Laporta. His Chargers offense has been worrisome to put it lightly. And no Lad McConkey, you would think that should help Disley. And there could be volume, but I just think this is going to be a high scoring game tonight. And I don't know. Laporta with 2 touchdowns last week was encouraging.
I'm actually going to go with Will Disley, and it does have a lot to do with McConkey being out, and also the Chiefs allowing more points to tight ends than any other team in football. So, that's kind of, yeah, I think tonight's high scoring. Yes, obviously, and yeah, I think Laporta is definitely a part of that, especially when he's in the red zone. But yeah, I would side with Disley on this one.
Yeah, I
Also,
know.
I'm not doing a pizza
no,
bet
I
on
know.
it, but
I know the Chiefs have really been favorable too, so I totally get it. I mean,
like,
I'm sitting here thinking, like, okay, would you start Disley over Chuba Hubbard or Westbrook Akine?
maybe not Akinye, just because he's been fucking raking that
Or
boy.
would you start him over Hubbard?
Based on what I saw
You're
last,
starting Kittle over Disley, correct?
yeah,
I don't think we're getting that crazy.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I think Kittle gets fed.
I have Kittle in this league too, so I'd be flexing Disley. That's why I'm asking.
No, I think Kittle gets fed this way. The guy got one target and wasn't targeted for the rest of the game. And Shanahan always does this thing. Sometimes it's a bit dramatic. When somebody doesn't get targets one week, the next week he peppers the hell out of them, unless they're
Yeah.
in a doghouse. So
Yeah.
that's why I think Kittle gets, targeted. I was just looking at the last time, week 4 was the last time the Chargers went up against the Chiefs, and that was not a good outing. Only 6 points from tight ends. Oofa.
Hmm.
That was before I still go Disley here, but I'm not doing a pizza bet on it. And
Yeah, no, it's totally fair. Totally fair.
if anything, I would say PPR does bode well for Laporta.
I would think it bodes more well for Disley because he's going to get more volume. Laporta hasn't gotten the receiving volume.
Yeah, I guess no lad. All right, well,
We'll see. TD said, I guess if Bucky sits or is gimped, it would be safer to plug in Garendo. I just got to see how the practice reports look. Garendo has a good matchup. I know Hoff. We had this whole argument 2 nights ago.
half of it I don't remember, but yeah.
Look, Bears defense has given up favorable to the running back position. If I take a look here, Bears defense has given up 10 rushing touchdowns this year.
And the last 3 weeks in terms of PPR, they allowed 28.4, 27.4, then 26.8, the Bears to running backs over the last 3 weeks.
And this is going to be a pissed off 49ers team. I know you're at this point where you're kind of over it because you're a fan, but to me, I think there's got to be this division is not completely gone. They have an advantage if they win this week. What's their record? Wait, 6-7?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. So, I mean, Arizona and Seattle's only a game above, and they play each other this week. I'm just saying. I'm saying. I'm not saying
I get it.
They're not going to roll over and die.
It's not even so much that I'm out and I think that they're not going to fight, but I also think it's also fighting with one arm tied behind your back and a broken ankle. It's just they're jammed up. That's it.
Okay, so are you starting Garendo over Bucky?
I would start Garendo over Bucky, yes, because also the Bears aren't allowing a ton to quarterbacks. We discussed it. They're allowing a decent amount of running backs. So I think this is a running back tight end special here for the Niners this week.
So I have Bucky Irving as my RB6 this week.
I mean,
if he's healthy, I love him. We got to obviously see how healthy he is.
Think about it.
But look, the Raiders have been good against running backs. So
I still go Garendo, but
yeah, it's totally fair. Totally fair. Alex said Jordan Love, Stafford, or Will Levis this week. Give me Jordan Love, man. I think he's in for a good night.
I would go Jordan Love, but I do think Will Levis is going to surprise some people this weekend. I do think he's going to be in the top 12, and people are going to be like, what the hell was that? Given the matchup. But yeah, I agree. I'd still go Love.
It seems like Will Levis is a hot name this week in terms of people conversations. So Albert says Myers, Judy, Devonta Smith, pick 2 full PPR. Give me Devonta against the Panthers and give me Jacoby Myers. Yeah.
Judy's going up against the Steelers.
Steelers, though, over the last 8 weeks, since week 8, I think I read they give up the most passing yards per game. I don't know how accurate that is, but I thought I saw that they're giving up the most passing yards per game since week 8. I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm right.
I'm just looking at the last 3 weeks in terms of points allowed to the position. Steelers are still, where the fuck are they? They're not. No, they're kind of they're middle of the pack last 3 weeks over the course of the entire season. Yeah, no, I mean nothing crazy.
I'm still going Myers and Devonta.
I'd go Myers and Devonta. Yeah, they're middle of the road at best in terms of points allowed.
Greg said, what's up? What's up, Greg? Nice seeing you, man. Tyler Sperry said, thoughts on Cade Otton with a possible no Mike Evans. Wasn't seen in practice for 2 days straight. Yeah, I mean, Cade Otton got the volume last week. with or without him, with Evans last week, and got it without Evans. I'm fine starting Cade Otton this week. In a matchup where the Bucks get who the Bucks get
Raiders.
again? Raiders, right? I'm fine starting Cade Otton, depending on who your options are.
Yeah, I get it. It's been a tough stretch, and I talked about it a little bit earlier. But after 3 straight games with 20 points, he's now had 3 straight games with less than 10. But to me, the encouraging thing for Otton is during that stretch where he had 20 points, his target share was 25. It's dropped to 19. It's not a dramatic drop. It's a drop, but it's not crazy enough. I still like this matchup. Raiders allowing the second most points, and one of 3 teams to allow over 200 points at tight end. So
sure,
I would still go Otton.
Okay. And then he also said thoughts on Charbonnet. Walker has not been seen in practice. Yeah. If Walker's out, I like Charbonnet a lot this week.
Yep.
I do.
Yep, same here.
I had Kenneth Walker as my RB13 this week. Charbonnet probably not that high, but probably somewhere in a mid RB, mid to low RB too.
At Arizona, yeah. I think this is a game where the running backs probably do pretty decent. I think quarterbacks are going to struggle in this one.
Yeah, exactly. TD said, do you subscribe to Super Chat through YouTube? I jumped here live from X. Yeah. If you want to jump in on YouTube, TD, that's where you send in a Super Chat. Like always, you jump the line. That's it helps support us. I mean, we're going to be here answering questions either way. But if we've helped you and if we've helped you this season, consider throwing in a super chat for the holidays for us. We'd appreciate that. But we'll continue to answer people no matter what, even if you don't send them in. It's just a matter of how many people we can get to. So hop on over to YouTube if you haven't already. Yeah, I'll actually send in the YouTube link. That way you can see it on Twitter. I think it should go to Twitter.
I think it does. And I just thought of this. While you do that, I'm going to copy the link for our DFS contest this week, and I will put that into the chat. So if you want to play some DFS with us on the old main slate there.
Yeah, good call.
I will random challenges from people.
It's your friend. He keeps sending to me. I'm sending it in case you're on Twitter and you want to jump over to YouTube. Don't know. Hopefully it goes to Twitter. I just sent it through. I know it went to YouTube and Twitch. It doesn't look like it went to Twitter, but either way, I think Steve sent it in, but he sent it in through YouTube either way, so he couldn't get the link. Fantasy Football Face Off is where you just need to type it into YouTube. That's where you'll find us. Francisco said, temp check on Amari Cooper this week. Crazy to play Thielen instead so I can stash Olave for the playoffs. Just in case. I'm assuming he meant JIK, just in case. I mean, Amari Cooper gets the Rams. That's a really good matchup for him. I'm playing him over Thielen. Thielen gets a tough matchup this week against the Eagles. I was in on Thielen. I'm not in on him this week. Off.
Yeah, no, I'm not in on Thielen this week. I do think a product of Bryce Young kind of finding his way we'll see some production from Adam Thielen on a consistent basis, but not enough for me to say put him in over Cooper. No.
Yeah. Juan Dier sent in a super chat and said, Jaden Reed, Ridley, Rico at the flex, half PPR, projected to win by 15-ish. If you're projected to win by 15 and you're looking for the safe play, my best bet would be Rico Dowdle. If you're looking for the upside, go with Jaden Reed. I like Jaden Reed a lot tonight. Off.
Yeah, I do think it's a nice problem to have between Jaden Reed and Calvin Ridley, because I do think Calvin Ridley has a good week as well. I believe he was one of Anthony's starts. If you go to the start sit videos, we make those for each position. I believe Calvin Ridley was one of Anthony's, but yeah, I agree. Ceiling, Jaden Reed, floor, Rico. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just giving a shout out to Calvin Ridley. I do think he does well this week. That's all.
All right, there we go. He was my sleeper. He play for the year. I do want to do a rollback of the tape at some point, maybe once, maybe the last week of the fantasy playoffs, we'll do something for fun, just to roll back our old takes and see
Yeah.
our flag plants and
I
just do
have some of
something.
those saved still. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
or
yeah.
we can honestly just maybe put a fucking compilation together. I don't know
Yeah.
how many. I mean, it might be. I mean, we won't get a ton of traction on it, but people that are here, that are viewers, that enjoy the show, out of me and Anthony arguing about Dalvin Cook and Donta Foreman, and who could have an actual impact this year.
Who was the dickhead that took Dallas Goddard over Brock Bowers? Who
I
was
think that
that?
was Anthony. Yeah, I
Oh,
think
you
that was
think so?
Anthony.
Yeah, no, it fucking was. Yeah.
All Sports News said pick 2, Watson versus Detroit, Debo versus Chicago, Nikini Westbrook versus Jacksonville, Elijah Moore versus Pittsburgh. Call me crazy. Watson versus Detroit and Nikini Westbrook versus Jacksonville.
You're
So
not crazy.
okay. I was going to say, I mean, I it's so hard sitting Debo, man, but I just keep getting burned by him.
I was gonna say we're at the point now, or at least I am, and it sounds like you are. We're at the point where when Debo finally pops, he's gonna be on our bench. Because like we've seen enough. Like I thought, and I get it, last week was an absolute shit show. It got away from them way too fast. But I thought that game, based on his style of play, especially when McCaffrey went out, it should have been a Debo spot, but it wasn't. I don't like his body language on the field. I don't like there's a lack of burst there. Not a fan. So yeah, no, I would not play him this week.
Did he lose weight? I thought he lost weight this year too. Didn't he
Yeah,
lose weight?
yeah. Apparently he lost too much. Apparently he also lost his balls with that too. Sorry, that's me talking as a fan. I'll shut up. Next question.
A-Dub said Sam Darnold or Jared Goff. Give me Goff. I like Goff this week. Anthony might tell you actually Sam Darnold. It was one of his sneakier plays. Hoff does the. Did you do the quarterback video this week?
I did do the quarterbacks, and I am going with Sam Darnold over
Yeah.
Jared Goff. I will say this though, I think they both finished within a few points of one another, so I don't think it's this crazy thing. But
Sure.
I mean, last 3 games he's averaged 22.77 points. That came against teams that were ranked 13th, 31st, and 21st. And now he's going up against the Falcons, who are allowing what? They're 7th in points allowed right now. So yeah.
Okay.
So I would go Sam Darnold, but again, I think you'll be fine either way.
All right. Over the Moon Films becoming a consistent here on the shows live. We appreciate you jumping in. Said Tua, Geno, Caleb, Stafford, Levis, or Russell Wilson. I need a backup quarterback with Daniels on a bye. I honestly, I'm starting to lean Tua this week. I don't know why. I just have a feeling he's going to have a solid week. They tend to have good weeks in Miami. I don't know.
I'm still gonna go Levis here.
Okay.
Yeah, because Tua is getting better. I thought I double checked this, but I looked at it a couple days ago when I was putting together start sits.
Yeah,
and Tua's numbers against the Jets, at least the last couple times, weren't the best. I mean, they won the games, but his numbers, his stat line, weren't the best. So I think here I'm going to go Will Levis.
Okay.
Don't be surprised if Caleb Williams has a good game either, by the way.
Yeah, I completely agree. Angela said Elijah Moore upgraded to a full practice. Tillman's still out. Yeah.
I love the picture, by the way, Angela. That's most important.
Wandier, we did answer this after you sent in the super chat. So hopefully you heard it. We both said Rico would be the safest play since you're projected 15.
Yep.
But we both like Reed and we like Ridley this week. I actually think you're in a good spot no matter which guy you pick. You want to take this one since it's a 49ers fan?
I will, but I was just going to say I'm just now entering in right meow the link to our DFS contest for this weekend. Sunday slate, $5 entry. Come on, come all, jump in. Debbie won it last week, so guys, jump in and let's do it. But yes, bang bang Niner gang over here. JMW85. Sorry about that. NFL stacked the schedule on the Niners along with facing 4 teams in the last 5 games over their bye weeks. Yes, I get it, but just there's more to there was a astronomical amount of injuries. There was a ton of, but there also, in terms of the Niners, they haven't beaten a team with a winning record yet, and they've played undisciplined football, and they've also choked on leads. I know everybody talks about, Shanahan, that's the reputation that follows him, but even in the years where the Niners were successful the last couple of years, they weren't giving up these leads against division rivals much. But you're seeing that too. So yes, I get it. They stacked it, but that's not the reason why this happened to the Niners. There's a lot of variables in there, but there does need to be some looking in the mirror during this offseason. Regardless of whether they make the playoffs or not, is you and Anthony. But I also find it funny.
I don't think they will. I know what you're gonna say.
No, Anthony does this. Whenever I'm high on the Niners, he yells at me and says I'm too high. Whenever I'm low on them, he goes, "No, I think they're going to win this week. They're going to be good." I can't decide what you clowns want from me. I don't know what you want. So that's more directed at Anthony, not as much you. Just you said earlier that they could do. There's still a shot at the division. It's not happening.
I'm just saying I don't think they're going to roll over. That's all. Joe Lucid coming in with a $2 super and said, "Thank you guys so much for all the help this year." No question. Just sent that in. If you have any questions, feel free to send it in. But we appreciate the support.
Anytime.
Hopefully we see you back next year. We're going to keep this thing rolling. All right, let's get back to where we were. TD said, I asked the Bucky question because they tend to like to mix in Tucker if he's limited versus Guerrero being the lead back. Yeah, I think it's totally fair. I just need to see if Bucky gets a full practice in, I'm fine firing him up over Guerrero. If Bucky is still limited and it's like questionable and it's a game time decision, then yeah, I'll go with Guerrero for sure.
Same answer.
Okay. Elio said, "You think I should start the tight end from Green Bay today?" Well, it depends on who you got. I think there's going to be points tonight. Green Bay pass catchers have been unreliable. Jaden Reed is the guy I trust the most tonight.
Lions are. I'm sorry. I interrupted. Keep going.
They've been stingy against the tight ends, haven't they?
That's what I was going to say. The Lions are allowing the fewest points to tight ends. Only 7.14 points on a per game basis, and over the last three, only 5.43. So,
yeah, I mean, keep in mind they did lose Alec Anzalone too.
Sure.
So that could affect a little bit, but yeah.
But I mean, which week did they lose him? And I mentioned the last 3 weeks. I forget what week it was they lost him, but
2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, so I mean, so they're still they were still holding it down in those last games. I get what you're saying though. You're not wrong.
But, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Steven said, in PPR, figuring out my 2 flex spots, options are Jacobs, Pickens, McConkey, Harris, Jennings, Dowdle. Are you starting anyone over Jacobs or Pickens? What I would say is I don't think Ladd is playing this week.
Right. Sounds like he's trending towards not.
Yeah. So I think you gotta roll with Jacobs this week. And it's really between Pickens, Harris, Jennings, and Dowdle. I prefer Najee Harris over Dowdle. But I prefer George Pickens over Najee Harris.
Yeah. George Pickens over Najee. Yeah. Does Jennings creep into there for you at all? I mean, for me, it doesn't.
I've been telling everybody no on Jennings this week so far.
See, I like Jennings this week, but not as much as Pickens.
Yeah.
But I also think this is the problem here. I don't think Russell Wilson has the best fantasy week ever, but he doesn't need to have the best fantasy week in order for Pickens to outproduce Juwan Jennings. So,
well, and to be fair, the Browns' run defense pretty decent. So that's why I don't like Najee. But I don't like Najee much. Sorry.
I just realized I left a beer in the freezer, so I got to get that.
Oh yeah, can't have that happen. I'm cooking steak tonight. Jelly of the month said bye week flex PPR. Kareem Hunt, Edwards, Braylon Allen, Charbonnet, McCormick on the wire. Yeah, give me McCormick over all of these guys this week. I like McCormick this week. Hunt is in a timeshare with Pacheco. We're gonna see how that shakes out. But I mean, the Raiders the Raiders get the Bucks, who run defense wise haven't been great this year. And so I actually happen to like McCormick. I would pick him up for sure. And if Charbonnet, if Walker is out, I prefer Charbonnet over everybody. But I would start
Yes.
McCormick over all of these guys this week.
Agreed again.
Yeah. Even Braylon Allen, I would start McCormick over Braylon Allen this week, I think, too.
The beer's okay, by the way, too. Didn't get too
good.
frozen, so we're
I
okay.
see you have the Texas beer sleeve, so it's good.
Yeah.
Longhorns.
Hook 'em horns. Let's beat Georgia. Hopefully.
Joshua said, anyone playing Tucker Craft tonight since Romeo Dobbs is out? Yeah, Hoff
I'm
says
not.
no. I'm not really in on him either. Too risky for me. I think he could have a decent day, but
It also depends on what your options are. Of course, as always, context is key. But chances are, I'm probably going to go with whoever else you have over Tucker Craft.
do you remember Luke Musgrave?
Of course. Yeah.
What happened to that guy?
Yeah. He's
Shadows
gone into witness protection. Yeah, that's it.
A lot of people liked Musgrave over him. So, Shadows is wicked. Said pick 2, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Marv, Nick Westbrook, Kine, Rashad White, and Travis Etienne. I'm starting Rashad White. I want to put that out there first.
Okay.
It's between Marv and Westbrook and
Actually,
Kine for me.
You know what? If there was a different matchup for the Cardinals, I'd probably go Marvin Harrison and Nick Westbrook. But given their matchup, and again, I talked to you about that earlier, I think this is going to be a bad game for the quarterbacks. So I'll go Nick Westbrook and I'll go Rashad White.
I had to start Kyler, man, in one league. I'm not excited about that.
You want to hear how shitty
Kyler
my team
over?
is?
I'm starting Kyler over Herbert this week.
There's one league. I'm already in the playoffs, so I'm fine. But I'm in a super flex league where my only quarterback starting is Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, fuck. That's so bad.
That's bad.
Oh, that's fucking
fucking rough. Not great, Bob.
All right, so you're sitting Marvin. You'd go Westbrook and Rashad White.
Mm-hmm.
I think I still go Marvin Rashad White, but I get it.
Yeah.
By the way, DFS $5 entry. Hoff dropped the link in the comment section. It is there. It's the Sunday slate. Debbie, our longtime listener and follower, won last week. I think the pot was like somewhere around like $50-$60 or something like that for the first, and I think second got some money as well.
That's a picture of me looking like I'm not in a Western.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
That picture?
Yeah,
it's a cartoon picture of me.
I know shit.
Oh, no shit. We got that. We got that. Me and Anthony back when we were still with Gridiron Experts. We were working on a podcast, and that was something that they drew up. There was one of Anthony, one of me, and then actually, for those who don't know, Mr. Jody Smith was going to be in there with us.
Good guy.
Jody Smith. I would take a bullet for that man. But yeah,
good guy. Yeah.
Great.
All right, let's go back up. I don't know where we left off.
Well, we left with My Beautiful Face.
No, I know that. I got to scroll around though. Whenever you, okay. TD said Debo has been off in a funk ever since leading up to the game where he went off on the long snapper. Yeah, and then then the game where he threw up and had like pneumonia too. Let me ask you. Is there a chance Debo is not here next year? Because with the Ayuk injury, they may need him because Ayuk might not be ready week 1.
So I had said all summer long when this whole Ayuk saga was going on that this was going to be Debo's last year with the team. I was confident in that. Now, I didn't expect it to play out this way.
Sure.
But I'm at the point where I've seen enough from Juwan Jennings that I think the Niners can sit there and say, even if Ayuk isn't ready, do we need Debo right away? Now you got to worry about the Christian McCaffrey thing, because I know they said he's not going to need surgery, but I think it's a pile of horse shit. I would not be surprised once the season's over if he magically goes under the knife, even though he's not playing right now.
Sure.
But no, I still think there's an avenue in which he's gone. Especially with the way this is playing out, it's not good. fighting with teammates, and like that's not the Niner way. It's not what they've done since Shanahan's been there. It's not how they roll.
Hang on.
You hang on.
I'm going through the Be Better app. I was just checking to see if there's any good bets that popped up. Greg Dulcich signed with the Saints. I had no fucking idea he's on the Saints.
Last I saw, he got picked up by the Giants.
Oh, maybe it is the Giants. It said Giants Saints. I didn't know which.
You're screwing up that game again.
Oh yeah.
I will just say it makes me chuckle because I get the same. We're in this. All right, so me and Pete are in the same YouTube studio for our FF Face Off YouTube channel. Pete, for whatever reason, it's fine. He corrected it right away. He accidentally said that the Saints are playing at home, and they're not. But he corrected it right away. He was quick. He was on top of it. Today, I got on the train this morning, and I saw somebody comment, but, oh, no, they're not playing at home, idiot. And then when I was on the train going home, somebody was like, all I had to hear was that, and I'm done. I'm out. Like, all right. Like,
first of all, the video has like 200 something likes, so I can live with fucking the dumbasses.
If you get a couple of handful of people who whatever.
We got the click, right? That's all that matters. All right, we got the click.
Accidents happen. Can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs, motherfuckers.
I do want a shotgun a beer show. I'm still debating it. We got 21 people on YouTube. 25 people on YouTube. We're not, you know what? I'm starting to notice too. We're getting more people on YouTube that are just sitting here watching, not even sending in comments. So if you are just hanging out and you're starting to just enjoy listening to us and you don't even have a comment, just come in and just say what's up. You don't even have to send in a question. Just let us know you're here. Just say hello or don't.
How about this? Let's pepper the chat and tell Pete to shotgun a beer since he was bragging about it earlier.
If how about this? If we get 10 people to tell me to shotgun a beer by the end of the show, I'll do it. But once we hit 10, I will do it.
I will not shotgun a beer, but I've already had a glass of whiskey. I'll pour another glass of whiskey, and I have a beer, so you guys know I'm good for that. So don't worry about it.
All right. Greg says I'm here. YouTube user sent in a $2 super, but did not ask a question. If you do have a question,
very clever username.
If you do have a question, let us know. If you're just donating to the show because you appreciate us, we appreciate you. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Where do we leave off? All right. Jared Fortin said, "Hey guys, my league has a 1 waiver limit. I have 1 more move left for the whole season."
Yeah, I wonder if that's because I'm in baseball leagues where I don't mind as much. Where you're giving, I don't mind as much in baseball. You're giving.
It's got to be a weekly limit. It's got to be a weekly limit.
Well, no, that's what it is in baseball for me. It's a weekly limit that resets. Yeah.
So let's answer Jared for a second here first. Yeah. Let's answer Jared for a second here first. Matt Tate said shotgun a beer. And Greg's been sending out my lineups, listening up to the pros for the help. Appreciate it. All right, we got one comment about the beer, and that was TD. My app didn't sign me in. Okay, TD came over from Twitter. And we appreciate that and sent in a super chat. So we appreciate that.
Stupid app.
So if we should have like a counter like somewhere that says like how many like beer comments, like one, and keep counting it up. But we don't have that
for this. That's my bad.
we don't have the wherewithal for that. But I did want to say one thing, and to answer Jared, to answer your question, if you have 1 waiver move left, I wouldn't pick up Braylon Allen right now. If you only get 1 left rest of the season, I would hold on to that because we don't know what's going to happen. And based on your team, you've sent it into us a couple times. I think you're okay. I don't think you need Braylon Allen. It would be nice to have him so nobody else has him. But I mean, if you only have 1 move left for the rest of the season, I wouldn't do it. The one thing I was going to say about the limiting waiver moves. So in one fantasy baseball league I do, I'm not the commissioner. I wish I fucking was. You only get 30 moves a year.
That's insane.
30 moves a year.
No, that's not a real thing.
Because this is a buddy in college, and we needed a fill-in. So my dad is an owner of one of the teams, and
I bet your dad fucking love that.
Hates it. Now I get it in baseball. The problem is if you play baseball in fantasy baseball, you have like rotisserie, which is like categories and shit. And so a lot of times people will pick up like and drop pitchers every week just to get their strikeouts up in that category, and then their whip and saves and all that shit. So I can understand that, but limiting it to a couple moves a week, I'm fine with. The reason I have an issue with football and baseball is you're limiting activity. I want to be in fantasy leagues that are active. I don't want guys to feel like they can't make as many moves because they have to, like, some people might argue, hey, it's more, you have to be more precise with your moves. I don't agree with that at all. You're limiting the activity, and there's nothing worse than being in a fantasy league, baseball, football, basketball, whatever you're in, and it's not active, where people are making moves all the time. That is the worst to me. I'd rather be in a competitive league where guys are doing shit all the time. So that's my rant, but I don't know if you agree, but either way, that was all.
I do agree. I was also startled because my brother's dog like was trying to roll and he like slapped his head on the hardwood. Like, stop doing that, guy. Like, what are you trying to knock himself out? The fuck? Jesus. Sorry.
Right,
but yes, I do agree. I do agree.
We're up to 2 on the beer shotgun and beer counter. We do have 2 new super chats, so let's go grab those. Corey Miller said Goff or Tua this week. I prefer Goff. I think the game will be more high scoring. I do like Tua low key this week a little bit because I do like what I saw with them when they play in Miami, but I like Goff more. You agree? Yeah. Okay. Francisco Lopez said Elijah Moore over Debo this week.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Oh man, I don't know if I could do that.
I'm doing it.
I'm not ready for that.
All right,
give me a reason. What? He sent in a super chat, so give us a little something. Give us a little.
No, something. I'm at the point where I what I'm seeing at Debo I don't see a sign of him snapping out of it right now, and I don't see. The other part about that is I don't see the Niners needing to be in a position to try and get him out of it when they have Jennings. I know they haven't targeted Ricky Pearsall, but maybe that could be coming. I do think this is a big week for George Kittle. I do think this is a big week for Garendo. I think this is going to be a tough week for Brock Purdy. If it's a tough week for Brock Purdy, it's going to be tough for Debo too. And yeah, D-Blow, sure. And
dad, so by the way,
love that guy. How's he doing? Love that guy.
He's good.
Which actually he'll appreciate this. You ready?
Oh God, I know what you're gonna say.
No,
that wasn't what I thought you were gonna say.
I should have put Petey at the end of it. Petey.
All right. So, but you like,
yeah.
You honestly, you really, honest advice. You really would start Elijah Moore over Debo.
I am really honest to God. Yes, I would really honestly do that.
I don't know if I'm ready for that. I get it. I do.
No, well, it's also if like when you look at the whole Browns end of things, like Tillman, it hasn't been practicing.
Yes,
I think Judy's going to get a little more attention now, than he's gotten. So so you don't need more to be. Here's the thing you need to remember. When we say start Elijah Moore over Debo Samuel, it's like, oh my God, Debo's such a big name. Like, how could you do that? But look at the production he's giving you on a per game basis. It is, in terms of 2024, it's not a high bar to tell Elijah Moore he's got to hit that to pass Debo Samuel. So it's not.
That's fair.
So that's why I would go that way. And again, I do think, I don't know if the Niners win this game or not, but I do think that Bears are pretty good against quarterbacks. So
I think their toughness is in question. CMC being out, they like to use Debo as a running back at times too. I don't know if they're fully going to trust Garendo. I know I'm not worried about Patrick Taylor as much. Is he Abaconda, whatever his name is? But I do think they'll manufacture touches for Debo and they'll make sure Kittle gets the ball. So that's my rationale.
And now I'm upset because we're talking about the Niners stinking. So now I'm doing this. So there you go.
Go for it. All right. So we are at 3 on the shotgun beer.
Come on, guys.
So we got 3. It's all right.
Just tell them to shotgun a beer, guys. It's not that hard.
All right. Where did we leave off? We're still.
What takes less work, to light the show or to tell Pete to shotgun a beer? Let's find out. Let's do an experiment. I'll take one or the other.
As Hoff's brother's dog is climbing on the
Yeah.
couch behind him.
He's a good man.
Tommy said, Crafter, Ferguson, PPR, and top 5 fantasy playoff defenses. Thank you. Good luck, everyone. I don't have, so I've gotten asked about my playoff rankings. I might do a video tomorrow on it. It's tough to project.
What,
I
like an
think
updated?
just
I'm
I
saying
did
because you did one
stashes.
previously, didn't you?
I did stashes. I didn't do
Oh, yeah.
rankings fully. If I'm going off the
I
top of
gotcha.
my head for rankings, Denver and Pittsburgh will be in there. Matchups aren't the best, but they'll be in there. Denver gets the Colts in the first week of the playoffs. Now, on the flip side, I like the Bears, I like Arizona, and I like the Bills. I'm sorry, I like the Bills, I like Arizona, and I like the Cardinals. If I had it off the top of my head, those are my 5 that I like as of today. That's based off of scheduling, and that's based on everything else. Now, Crafter, Ferguson. I'm going to go with Ferguson this week.
So am I, and I do have a little nugget here. The last 4 weeks for the Bengals. This game's on Monday Night Football, by the way, but over the last 4 weeks, 42.2% of the points that the Bengals have allowed to tight ends have come in those 4 games. That's quite a bit. It's not good.
Yeah.
So, shit, I forgot how to pronounce her name. I haven't looked at it. Alicia, right?
Alicia.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Okay. Alicia, do me a solid. Tell Pete to shotgun a beer, please. Will you?
My dad said 100% the Browns will throw all over the field for the rest of the season. It's their new identity. Sure. I'm not with you guys on this one, but I can understand the rationale. I get
Peter,
it. Totally
can you do me a solid? Can you tell Pete to shotgun a beer?
Jelly of the Mud said Jamar Chase is questionable out of nowhere with an ankle. Not ideal Monday night game. If Cincinnati loses, they better not shut him down. I think, look, Jamar Chase made it obvious that he wants to go for the Triple Crown, and that is in his sight. I think he'll continue. That's important to him.
Too.
Yeah.
This could also just be, maintenance. It just kind of get taken care of. He doesn't necessarily need to practice to play, especially when they're playing on Monday night. He's got extra time, so kind of keep that in mind. But I hear you. I get it.
Now, this one's interesting from Ray Gamer. He said Christian Watson or Westbrook in full PPR. I think Christian Watson could have a sneaky game, but I'm not confident. I prefer Westbrook and Keeney over Watson.
Same. He continues to produce. That's, he continues to produce. And Watson is, we talked about this a lot during the off season, during the summer, how it was going to be a little bit of Russian roulette trying to guess which Packers wide receiver was going to go off. We all had kind of different answers, but I think we can all confidently say now, if there's one that we have the least amount of confidence in, I mean, outside of maybe a Dontavian Wicks. Yeah. I mean, Watson's right there though. He's not far behind.
Yeah. It was a miss by me. It was a miss by me.
Sure. Did you have Wicks or did you have Watson?
No, Watson. Watson was a miss by me. I liked him.
I might have had Watson too, actually. I don't remember. The point being is just simply, I don't think we can rely on Watson. So yeah. Hey, see, she's good. See,
we're close. I think we're at like 7 or 8. So
yeah.
Rock
the vote.
Let's see. Let's try to get through some of these a little quicker so we can catch up. Tommy said, I got Ladd and Evans both questionable. Tyreek is my other wide receiver. Should I start Watson and flex Evans to be safe if Ladd doesn't play? I would operate as if Ladd is not playing.
So would I. Yeah.
Evans, I think he'll play. I think Evans is going to play.
I think Evans plays, but I think when you look at Ladd last week, I know he got targeted 3,700 times. He's probably still getting targets right now.
Yeah.
There was even points in the second half where after he caught the ball, he was trying to fall so that he wouldn't land on his bad shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew there something was up. So yeah, I agree with Pete. I think you operate as if Ladd is not playing.
So would you start Christian Watson to be safe? He didn't say Tyreek. I would start Tyreek and I would start Evans, and I'd risk it with those two over Christian Watson, I think.
Yes, same. I'm with you. Yeah.
Okay. This one's easy for me from Jeremy. Love Winston, Caleb Darnold. I like Love a lot today. So
I do love Darnold, but here I will go Love. Yes. But Darnold is close.
Okay. Ray Gamer said Baker versus the Raiders, Sam Darnold versus the Falcons, 6 points per touchdown for passing. And pick 2 in standard. Cup versus the Bills, McConkey versus the Chiefs, Jacoby Myers or Garrett Wilson versus the Dolphins. I'm gonna go against Hoff. I'm sure he likes Darnold. I'm gonna stick with Baker against the Raiders. They need to win. They need to keep things going. And even if Evans is out, Baker Mayfield was good in fantasy without Evans and Chris Godwin. So I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield.
I am going to go Darnold, but that I want to make it clear to say when I go Darnold, that doesn't mean I'm out on Baker. I agree with you. Baker can still be productive. Like even if Evans outside shot doesn't play for some reason, he could still produce. But no, I would still go Darnold here.
By the way, Zach Linton said shotgun the beer. So we got like,
thank you, Zach.
I think we need one more. I don't know if I'll do it on. I don't know if I'll do it on cue when we hit it. Maybe we'll provide a little build up to it, but I'll do it. And then
People
to
don't
answer
give that much of a shit, they just want you to shotgun a beer.
Just fucking around.
We don't need a big production. It's not gonna be on Fox 5. You know.
All right, fuck off. I think McConkey's out, so I think you're sitting McConkey.
I just thought of something. Good.
You're starting Cup versus the Bills, and it's honestly close with Myers and Garrett Wilson, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I crazy for saying Myers over Garrett Wilson? I don't think I'm ready to do
No,
that.
you're not.
I think I'm still going to go with Garrett Wilson because the volume's been there.
I'm actually going to go with Myers.
I know. My heart's my. I feel like Myers makes sense, but
I can't trust Jets players right now. I can't do it. And now you're at a point where you got to win. I can't do it. So no, I would not go Garrett Wilson. I would go Myers. But
Garrett.
All right. What? Go ahead. What do you got?
Garrett Wilson, 9 points last week, 5 points the week after between the bye, then 9 points. So 9-5-9 is the last, is what he's putting up. Miami is second against wide receivers. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I'd go with Myers. Also, the Jets have been really bad in Miami the last few years traveling down there. Absolute shit show. So yeah, I'd go Myers and Cup then.
So if I could just tell you quickly, what made me chuckle was I thought when you go to chug a beer, we could play this.
You know what the worst is? These beers are fucking ice cold. That is the worst. Shotgunning when the beer's fucking really cold is tough. Me and my fiance like to shotgun. I don't know. We're beer drinkers, so.
I mean, I'm a beer drinker, but I like to just do it over the course of the show, not just shotgun them like a fucking Neanderthal. But
all right, you're better than us, I guess. Johnny,
you remember that time your fiance told me I look like a random creep? Remember that? That was cool.
Okay, well, she didn't say you looked like a creep. It was just some random guy that you think is a creep. But yes, I remember. Start one: Darnell Mooney, Juwan Jennings, Rico Dowdle. Give me Rico in this.
Yeah, give me Rico as well. I do think Juwan has a decent game, but give me Rico.
Jared Fortin said, is McCormick better rest of the season? I have Madison. This is in regards to Braylon Allen. Yeah, I like McCormick rest of the season. He's looked good.
Same. Agreed.
Joshua Carrero said Chargers defense scored 17 fantasy points in week 13. Jim must have pumped them up. I don't know who Jim is, but
Jim Harbaugh.
Duh. Yeah, I mean, the Falcons have been a gold mine for fantasy defenses the last 2 weeks. I do worry a little bit. I have the Vikings up in my rankings, but I do have my fears. The Vikings defense has been shaky, but the Falcons do provide a lot of pressure to quarterbacks, and the Vikings are third in pressures total this year. So we'll see how that goes. Z Ralsty said, would you gents play Caleb Williams or Russ? Give me Caleb this week.
I would go Caleb, and I don't want people to start thinking like I'm just picking everything against the Niners because I'm being negative now. I do think Russell Wilson does have a bit of a difficult time going up against the Cleveland Browns. Last time he did go up against the Browns, it wasn't a great game. I actually do have him as a sit on my start sits for this week, which you can find on YouTube.
Your Face said, yo, I need a little bit of help with a big decision, but did not send in the question. So if you want to get help on the question with that big decision, send in the question.
I need so much fucking help. It's a dial tone. That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Twitch, we
Cool.
have a couple questions here on Twitch though.
Mhm.
Greg said I'm here. Thank you, Greg, for tuning in. We appreciate you as always, my man.
Yep.
Let's see what
That
else.
made me laugh.
Let's get to Greg's question. He said,
Oh.
Keenan Allen, Aaron Jones, or Connor. I'm thinking Keenan. Keenan has been getting a lot of volume as of
I
late.
think I will also say the other thing is DJ Moore has now missed, back-to-back days of practice. So it's starting to look sketchy if he's able to play or not.
I hope he plays because I fucking need him this week.
Let me check one thing here.
Connor, so in my rankings as of today, I have James Conner as RB18, and I have Aaron Jones as my RB21. Aaron Jones goes up against the Falcons, 26th to fantasy running backs. And James Conner goes up against Seattle, 13th when it comes to fantasy running backs. So Conner gets the more favorable matchup, but
I'm going to go James Conner here.
Well, and he also kind of didn't have a great day. We all thought he was going to have a big day last time, but 16.8 is what they're giving up to running backs. And honestly, Aaron Jones has had a fumble issue. He dropped some passes and he's banged up. So I think I go James Conner. So you don't go Keenan Allen then?
I'm not going Keenan Allen here. I am going to go James Conner. I'm just double checking one other thing here. Yeah, and here's the thing. That game in particular, the game in question, which James Conner had against the Seattle Seahawks, he didn't have a great day, but the big thing to notice is while he did get 5 targets, he caught all 5 of them for 41 yards. He only got 7 rushing attempts. And so I think that that's an opportunity for the Cardinals to say, hey, let's kind of course correct what happened a couple weeks ago. Let's not do that again. So, yeah, I'd go James Conner.
Okay. This is a question I've gotten a lot.
That's a good one.
A lot. Jaden Reed or Guerendo.
You're very popular. I haven't gotten this question yet.
Well, I posted
I'm busting your balls.
I'm gonna go with Jaden Reed. This is really tough. I could see it going Guerendo. But I'm gonna go with Jaden Reed this week. You?
I'm gonna go Guerendo.
Wow. Really?
Well, I told you, I think that's the formula for this 49ers game. I think it's a running back tight end kind of game for them. That's what I think it is. I get it though. I will say Jaden Reed's got the higher seal. Like he could just go bananas tonight. I get it, but
bananas.
I'm Guerendo. You got all these lights in your room. What are we doing here? I got the light there. I got the light there. You know what you need next? You don't need
What's that?
You need a lightsaber, but you can't have one that's red or blue because you got red and blue lights in the background. You need like a green one. That'll really fuck people. Do it like you wear the Space Jam hat too.
I can turn my light green. I can turn it green. Oh, it just died again. All right, fuck it. Doesn't matter. All right, we're backed up on questions, so let me
Alexa,
get to
turn the living room lights.
I like Jaden Reed, Hall Flex Guerendo. Double J. Hey Pete, how are we feeling about starting Grease Hall this week? I know a couple of days ago you told me if he's not questionable to start him. My other option is Connor, Kenneth Walker, and Tracy. Yeah, I'm starting Tracy. I'm starting Kenneth Walker, and I'm starting all 3 of these guys over Breece Hall right now. Even if he plays, I'm nervous. It looked like he re-aggravated it last week. And I like all 3 of these guys more. You?
Well, I technically wasn't asked, so I don't have to answer.
Oh, all right. Fuck it. Okay. Double J said, I don't know who to start running back. So I'm starting all 3 of those guys. I don't know if you need to start just one.
I love being petty. So much fun.
I would start Tyrone Tracy. Because Kenneth Walker's injuries banged up scared me. I would start
all seriousness, yes. Same. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go here. You can start this. What do you think? DJ Moore or Westbrook Akine?
DJ Moore or Westbrook Akine this week. I'm going to go, as of now, Westbrook Akine, only because we haven't seen DJ Moore practice the last couple of days, so I think that's a little alarming. We're at Thursday now, so if DJ Moore plays, and if we hear very promising things that like it was just maintenance or what have you, there's no limitations, then I go DJ Moore. But I mean, if things continue to trend the way that they are, you got to go Westbrook Akine.
Okay. Yeah. I'm still gonna start DJ Moore. I'll start DJ Moore over.
I get it. I'm just saying, just keep in mind we could be trending to a point where he might not play. That's all I'm kind of. Yeah. Could
so I do want to say this. We have Alicia, then we have Elio. I'm going to answer you first, Elio, because we did answer this before. He said he lost service. I don't want to be hanging around until we answer him again. We don't like Tucker Kraft tonight. No. I would not start him. Angelo said, reporter just asked Kyle Pitts what he attributed to his low volume to. He said matchups coaching. Pitts said the ball is just going other places. Yeah, I mean, Kyle Pitts, I mean, he runs lazy routes. He doesn't block. If you're gonna be a tight end that's special, that can't block, like you better be an elite route runner and be able to catch everything that comes your way. He's just, I don't know if it's the ACL. It's also just looks like an effort thing.
You know, you look at guys, and the two guys that come to mind who like when you say run basketball routes, I think right away first two things that come to mind: Antonio Gates, Travis Kelce. Yes. But those guys could both block.
Correct. They're big. And they're big body.
And they're big. Sure, fine. But I'm just saying they were able to block. So that's a big thing. Like if you can't block, you don't stand. Like if you think about it, all the great tight ends we talk about, what's one thing about them? They can all block. Kittle, Kelce, like all these guys, they can all block. It's a part of the game. You know, you can't block. You don't get on the field, as much.
I mean, look at how long what Mercedes Lewis stayed in the NFL.
That's why Gesicki was out of town the moment the moment Mike McDaniel got there, because all his tight ends need to block.
Yeah, he didn't fit. All right, I'm gonna go to Alicia. Why don't you answer it? I'm gonna start opening this beer up for a shotgun.
Oh, it's just very exciting now. All right. Flex Calvin Ridley or Jonnu Smith. Buy Mageddon is killing me this week. It's killing all of us. I would still go Jonnu Smith here. I do want to check one other thing, though, here while I am answering that. And I want to double check one other thing. Tight ends, Jets. Jets aren't allowing a ton. They have allowed. The Jets have currently had 5 games. Jets have had 5 games with 10-plus points allowed to tight ends. Those have come in the last couple of weeks too. So I think I'd go ahead and I would play Jonnu Smith. I would go with that trend. I mentioned it earlier. I mean, we saw the trend going on for Cade Otton and how that was going. Now they've kind of changed places, and now Jonnu Smith is on that role. So I would go Jonnu Smith here. I do think Ridley produces. I think it's a nice problem to have. I think both guys do a good job, but yeah, give me Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I would go with Jonnu Smith as well. I mean, he's been one of the hotter tight ends in fantasy football. I mean, I don't think you can. I don't think you could bench him.
The last thing I'll say just before Pete shotguns a spear, just to give you a little more insight into what the Jets have done against tight ends. On the season, the Jets have allowed 9.77 points on a per-game basis to tight ends. But over the last 3 weeks, they've allowed 12.1. So it's gone up by 3 points. So keep that in mind. Pete is this is a big fucking production. Wait, hold on. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. I got something. I got wait, hold on. No, don't fuck. I'm
trying to get the tab open a little bit so I can fucking
rip it a little bit. See, this is why I don't shotgun beer. This is a fucking production for you guys to fucking do this shit.
Come on, what are you doing?
Well, I'm checking something here. Where am I? I'm also being a dick and making you wait. Yeah, no, go ahead. Never mind. I lost it. Just
Gatlin, Paris, start 2. Jones, Tracy Hall, Garendo. Give me Tracy and give me Aaron Jones. I could be talked into Garendo over Aaron Jones this week.
There he is, shotgunning a beer. Look at him. Look at that. Like a beautiful baby bird. What birds shotgun beers, but he looks like one. He's getting arrested. So yeah, so you do burp and you got shit all over yourself. You gotta sit down. Like me, I'm just casually drinking. I'm gonna get up and get another one in a moment. But Jesus
Excuse me?
Christ, man.
All right.
Oh,
That's all right. I got a couple more still, but I'm not going to shotgun anymore.
got shotgun ball.
All right. Sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm burping into
Jesus, will you?
So
Family show, for fuck's sake. God damn it.
God, I can't. Someone's probably listening to this on the audio and they're like, what the fuck's going on? All right. Let me see where we are.
The fuck did I download? What is this?
Angelo said GB for the win.
I do think this is the Green Bay spot tonight, though.
I do too, actually.
Lions are dealing with a bit of injuries. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I like Green Bay. Greg McCown said drunk podcasts are the future. Yeah.
I'm not drunk yet, though. I could get drunk if you want. I could do it.
Please no.
Please no. Someone saw me at the expo. That's
Dave Walker said Monty or Isaac Orendo. Give me Monty.
Give me Monty as well. Yep.
Christopher said start Jaden Reed, Debo Mooney, or Quentin Johnston. Jaden Reed. He also said pick one.
Okay. Yeah. Same. Yeah. That's pretty easy, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. ATL Michael said, "What bets do you guys like tonight?"
Our resident troll ATL, which, by the way, I think he might have listened to your DST video because he had one of your DSTs for this week picked up.
He does message me on Twitter on the side every once in a while. And,
I know he does. Well, you're good. You're good guy, and and you know your shit. So yeah.
Okay.
I honestly, though, all seriousness, I haven't really looked at a ton of bets tonight, so I don't have a good answer for you. I'm sorry. We're at an hour 6, so we should get out of here in the next 5 minutes or so I can.
Yeah, I like the over on both quarterbacks passing yards tonight. And I like Jaden Reed's rushing and receiving. I think it's at 63.5.
Is he going to the bar tonight?
Who?
He'll get it. He knows the joke.
All right. Alicia said benching Brees this week for Bucky Irving aside from the questionable tag. Is that wise? Yes, I think so. Yeah. All right. Angela said Jacoby has the questionable. We'll see tomorrow. Jacoby Myers versus the Bucks. Jared said McCormick is a depth move. Matt Tate said, so are you saying I should start Elijah Wilson? I think he meant Elijah Moore. Oh, okay. Elijah and Westbrook over Garrett Wilson. Would you start Westbrook Akine and Elijah Moore over Garrett Wilson?
I think this was directed at me, and yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I can't trust Jets skill position players right now. The sky is not falling. The sky has already fallen. It's been down for about 8 weeks now, but yeah, no, that's what I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, I'm with Hoff.
The Dolphins are also. I'm sorry. I'm
good against
stepping on the way you're talking, but the Dolphins are also. They're pretty good against quarterbacks in terms of fantasy points allowed. So I think that doesn't bode well for Garrett Wilson. Obviously.
Ironically, Matt said, I think you guys have been missing my questions and we just got to. Yeah, Matt, that's sometimes, I mean, sometimes it just takes a little bit to get down.
It does.
That's why we encourage the super chat sometimes, helps us out, but also we just get you in front of everybody.
Sorry about that, but I hope you heard our answer though.
Yeah, he sent it in like literally 2 minutes ago, ironically.
Okay.
So probably, unless he left last second. What was I going to say? If you have the sleeper app, I just got like 20 notifications about starting an inactive player. Games are starting soon. Josh Downs is on a bye this week. I don't know why I got all these notifications, but I would be curious if anybody has sleeper, if you just got 1,000 notifications like I did.
Listen, the sleeper app is a good app. It's a fun app. It's an easy app to use. They also tell me Vinny Testaverde is draftable. So
I like sleeper. Dummy man said full PPR.
Yeah, watch your mouth. He's not a dummy. He's just asking the question.
He said win and I'm in the playoffs. Full PPR, Tucker Kraft or Noah Gray. I'm going Noah Gray.
First question, Pete, how much do you hate me right now?
A little bit.
Second question. Not second question. Answer. I would go Noah Gray as well. I'm not in on Tucker Kraft tonight, which means he'll score the first touchdown because I've downplayed him now 3 times on this podcast. But yeah, no.
Hustlin' Bruce said thoughts on Jameis Winston long term. If we're talking dynasty, the way I see the Brown situation going, if Jameis Winston, I don't know what his contract is. I feel like he's gonna be there next year. I think Watson's on the bench. I think they're gonna do something this offseason. They can't really get rid of him, but I really do think that he's not gonna be starting many games next year for them.
No,
if you get a second round pick for Jameis Winston in Dynasty, I would do that now, by the way. I would say that.
correct. The one thing I will just say, and this kind of helps for these dynasty players, if you have, dynasty teams have huge benches, but I think we're getting to the point here where Jameis is becoming kind of like the old Ryan Fitzpatrick, where like he's just wherever he goes, he's going to produce. Wherever he goes, we're going to be excited when he plays. I think Jameis has entered that mold, that Ryan Fitzpatrick mold. He's got the personality too, so I think that's something to look at. Even if it's not with the Browns, it's going to be with somebody. You're flashing a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know what's.
I'm not flashing questions. I'm just acknowledging to people that are just sending in comments. That's all.
Okay.
All right. Hoff's pouring more liquor.
Show right now.
Jeremy said, "If Vlad is out, who do you like better in my flex? Half PPR: Rico, BTJ, Ridley, Westbrook, Keeney. Give me Rico this week.
Give me Rico. And again, like we've been telling people, Jeremy, let's act like Lad's going to be out because that's where all signs are pointing. So
yeah, I'm going Jordan Love here on this Tua or Love question.
Yep.
Okay. Jared Fortin said, I lost my internet connection. What was your thoughts on using my final move on McCormick? Yes, I'm fine with McCormick.
Yes, we both like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not for Braylon Allen right now, though.
Yeah.
Latrell said Goff or Russ this week. Give me Goff.
Yep. Russell Wilson had a good week last week, but again, I said it earlier. The last time he played against the Browns, he struggled. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Nicodemus said, I'm starting St. Brown tonight. Is Goff or Love worth a start? I have Murray and Daniels on a bye. I like Love over Murray this week. I would start Love over Murray.
Same.
And then Latrell, we just answered that. Yep. We said Goff. Christian said Mahomes or Love. Chargers D or Bucks D. Give me the Chargers D and give me Jordan Love.
Were the Chiefs going up against again? Chargers. No, I'll take Love as well. Yeah. Just wanted to give that a look because the Mahomes has been playing better.
He has.
Yeah. Just want to give that a look.
Angelo said Jonnu is a lock. Mr. Wumbo said, don't think of all the rats that ran over that Ken with their poop covered feet while it was stored in a warehouse as you wrap your lips around it. He's referring to my beer can, I'm assuming, that I shotgunned.
Jesus.
And I mean, I still kiss my fiance with this mouth. So, I won't share that information with her. But
I'm gonna text her and tell her. I don't ever remember, but I'm gonna text her and tell her.
Dave Walker, Monty, or Isaac. I think we answered this. We said Monty.
We did when we said Monty. Yes.
What's up, guys? From Blizzard. I want to pick up another defense for the fantasy football playoffs. I've got the Bucks right now. Which of these defenses would you go to add? Packers, Cards, Falcons. Drop the Bucks, pick up the Packers and the Cardinals. That would be my advice.
Pete, I do actually have a good question for you. Only because I got asked this a couple times. We do. All right. So Pete is, in terms of FF face-off, or in terms of life in general, Pete is a defense extraordinaire, the DST. I am the kickers. But I was getting a lot of questions today about rostering 2 of them. Yeah, there's a Yingling. Oh, what brand of beer? Okay. But how comfortable are you with rostering 2 defenses? Like, I got asked a lot today about, and a lot of people were hesitant about, like,
depends. I mean,
kickers,
it depends. It depends on bench.
Depends
side.
on matchups and the bench space
and the bench side. I mean, if you have like a 6-team bench, then but like you're at the point in where like you're here to win. Like you got to take risks. Like, and to me, defenses like like I just said before, the Ravens defense is a really good stash this week. If you don't have, one of these good defenses for next week, Ravens are on a bye this week. They play the Giants next week. Ravens defense hasn't been good this year, but I'll take them against the Giants. 100%. So to me, I just stash them. I'm stashing 3 defenses in one league just because, I just don't want league mates to have those guys. So to me, I'm fine with it. It just depends on what you have. But so that would be my answer.
I will just say before you get into another question, we're going to wrap up, I assume, within, whatever. Sure. But Blake Group, your fantasy football championship going up against the Raiders indoors. Love it.
There you go. You heard it here first.
FYI.
All right. We're gonna try to rapid fire through as many as we can, but we got to get out of here soon.
Yeah, Pete. You just say when we're done. I don't care at this point. You just.
I gotta cook my steak. I'm getting hungry. So
no, I know. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. You just say when, and then we'll be done.
Christopher said, should I start the Lions versus the Packers? Last time they had 6 points, or should I drop the Lions D and pick up the Cardinals? Drop the Lions, pick up the Cardinals. They're in my top 6 this week. I also don't really love a ton of the Lions matchups rest of the season. Hopefully my fiance is getting those potatoes ready.
Hopefully.
Just wanted to make sure. It seems like she might have forgotten, those take a lot. Mashed potatoes, you got to do a lot. It takes like 15, 20, 30 minutes sometimes, So I'm hopefully she's got those getting ready.
Paradise.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be my answer. Pick up the Cardinals, start them. Pete's cheeks are getting rosy. I do have rosacea, Greg. So that offends me. But yes, my cheeks do get red very quickly. We answered Jared Fortin. Christopher said, thanks, guys. Johnny said Chargers or Bengals defense this week. Also PPR, Jennings, Mooney, or Dowdle. Give me the Chargers. I know the Bengals are interesting against the Cowboys this week, but I just don't trust that defense right now. And then for PPR, give me Dowdle over these other 2.
How confident are you in the Chargers in general, though? I get it. He's asking Chargers or Bengals, but in a perfect world,
I'm confident.
Where are the Chargers for you?
I'm confident. I mean, I think, at the end of the day, it's a good defense, right? It's a good defense.
I asked because they're going up against the Chiefs for people who don't know.
And I actually, crazy enough, have them ranked 7 this week, I think, even against the Chiefs. I just think they're going to provide a good floor this week. And Mahomes has thrown a lot of interceptions this year. They haven't been scoring a ton of points, that Chiefs offense. I think that could be a very defensive game. So full PPR, Noah Gray or Tucker Kraft. I think we answered this already, but we both said Noah Gray.
Noah Gray. Yep. Might have been from somebody else, but yeah, still.
Yeah. Johnny said, is Mike Evans playing this week? I think we both think he will, but it's a toss.
We've heard nothing definitive. No.
Yeah. Joseph Torres said, hello, gentlemen. Just hopped in. How are we feeling about Love or Levis? Give me Love.
Give me Love, but I do think Levis is top 12, which means I think both are. So
I feel that. Alicia said, appreciate you guys. Yeah, Alicia, thank you so much for rocking with us. We appreciate you as well. Outer Rhythm, friend of the show, said sitting Jameson Williams for Brian Thomas or Grendo. I actually think Jameson Williams is going to have a good night tonight, but I would start Grendo over him.
That's what I was going to. Well, I wasn't going to say think he's going to have a good night. I was going to say I'd start Grendo.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Will said, would you drop Love for Knicks Bengals matchup? Week 17 is juicy. You got to get there first. I mean, if this is if we're talking about this is your second quarterback, I'm fine with it. Knicks has been good too, though. Knicks gets the Colts, the Chargers, and the Bengals. Week 17 could be he could be a week winner potentially, but actually, you know what? I'm fine with it. I just think it depends on what you need this week. If you need to win this week, give me Love because obviously Knicks is on a bye. Yeah. And if you're starting somebody else because you don't want to drop Knicks, he's saying would you drop Love for Knicks? I would keep Love. I would keep Love right now.
I think I just figured out what we were arguing about the other day.
What was it?
Wasn't it me saying because Bo Nix last week while the Broncos won, he didn't have a great fantasy performance. He had a lot of great throws. He did a lot of good things. I don't think you guys were arguing with me about this. Okay.
No, we didn't.
We're arguing, man.
I would have remembered. I don't think we argued about that one.
We definitely did because I got pissed off.
Regardless, would you drop Love for Knicks or what?
No. Would I drop Love for Knicks? No, wait.
I
We
would
said
try to
Love
if you
for,
could keep both. I would
if you
love
could,
that.
if you can keep both, yes, yeah.
Christian, I have Brees, Isaac, and Tyrone Tracy. If Brees doesn't play, do I play Braylon Allen or put Amari Cooper in my flex? Give me Amari Cooper against the Rams.
Agreed.
Okay. Jay Stacks, 10-3. Nice. 12-man PPR. That's kind of like a little bit of a flex there. A little bit of a flex. Said RB room depleted. Start 2. Hunt, Vidal, Spears, Akers, or do I pick up Corum or Patrick Taylor or Travis Homer, considering Roshan Swift isn't practicing? I would start Hunt. I would start Hunt and I would start Vidal. That would be my answer.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
Now,
I'm not.
I would pick up Travis Homer in case Roshan and Swift doesn't play and play him over Vidal.
I'm not ready to pick up Patrick Taylor.
I know you're not.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I'm not.
Mediator said, hope the night is going well. Question, who wins Offensive Rookie of the Year and why is it Jaden Daniels? I do think Jaden Daniels is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, but I do think it's very close.
I will say I had a wonderful night last night with the Mediators. We had a good time. We ripped on Pete a little bit and good fun. But no, we had a great. I'll tell you guys this. For those watching on YouTube who have not watched the Mediators yet, those guys are very in tune with Dynasty. I asked them a lot of Dynasty questions last night. So they're going to be a staple of our offense going into this offseason. So definitely check them out. Hit them up on Twitter. But yeah, a lot of good dudes over there. A lot of good minds.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited for the offseason for sure. We got a lot of stuff we're going to do, so stick with us here. TD said, what brand? We already answered that. That was Yuengling Light Lager. Hoff is not a fan of Yuengling, but I like the Yuengling
How come no one's asked me what kind of whiskey I'm drinking or bourbon? Yeah,
not as fun. Michael said, need one Shakir, Addison Diop, or TJ Hawkinson. I would go with Hawkinson or Shakir. I actually like Shakir this week. I think I roll. Actually, Addison's kind of sneaky against this Falcons defense. What are your thoughts?
Thing you've ever said? No, I would go. I would go Addison over Shakir. It's close. It is close, but I would go Addison.
Okay.
I think this game in particular, that being the Vikings and the Falcons, it's going to be one of the higher scoring games in the week.
Yes. Yep.
So
I agree.
But I was saying, I'll just say it louder. It's very childish.
So you're going with Hawkinson though? I'm kind of surprised. I'll push back. I thought you said Hawkinson.
No, I said Addison.
You said Addison. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I would go
Addison over Shakir.
I'd go with Addison too. Algorithm said, who the fuck uses kickers? Useless. Wow.
Fucked up. God damn it, I make a living off of kickers. Jesus Christ.
TD said, I'm planning to stash Packers, Colts, Broncos, Colts, or Chargers, Colts for the playoffs. I happen to like Broncos, Colts for the playoffs. Broncos get the Colts in week 1 of the playoffs, but then the Colts have 2 really good matchups after that for the semis and the championship. So that would be my suggestion. And the Colts have been better than people realize. And obviously you like the Colts because you have them in every single part of the question here. So Angelo said, on the doorstep of the playoffs, I've got the Cards and Bills defense. That is a perfect combination. Love that this playoffs. Which Vikings kicker is playing, Hoff? From Matt Tate.
Yeah. I still think it's Reichard. I still think he's playing.
All right. We don't need any misinformation. That's all I'm saying.
See, here's the deal, you stupid asshole. There's no misinformation. He's ribbing me from earlier where he thought he was funny. Really, he's acting like a child. There's no misinformation. He's practicing, and he's practiced in full, by the way.
I'm just fucking with you. I picked him up.
And there's been no setbacks. So I honestly think Riker plays, and I think you can play him with confidence.
I can't wait to pull up a question in just a second. I think did I skip Trone?
I have been disrespected so much on this podcast in the last 5 minutes. It's very upsetting. I need Alicia back here. She's always nice to me.
Trone said Monty goes for 20 points tonight. That would be phenomenal. I love Monty. I've said it before, but Montgomery is like one of my favorite running backs in the NFL. Him and Stafford are two of my favorites, and McBride at tight end. All right. So Michael O'Connor, I want to know what Hoff has to say about this. He said Kyler Murray, Will Levis, or Aiden O'Connell. I know you like O'Connell, but I know you like Will Levis. Are you really considering benching Kyler for one of those two?
When the hell did I say I like O'Connell?
Oh no, that might have been Steve this week. Sorry. Well, he gets the Bucks. I mean, it is an interesting start. I'm just saying.
Will Levis over Kyler Murray. Yes.
Okay. Greg said, cheers, guys. Joseph said, thank you, guys. Have a good night. You too, my friend. Trone 4 said, clinch the playoffs since stress-free fantasy weekend. I can still get the second seed with a bye if I win and the second and third loses. Well, good luck, my friend. FF Mediator said, also, Hoff picked up a certain kicker based on your video. Great as always. There you go. Some people like you. And we got our last. Oh, wait. We have like 2 or 3 more questions, then we're getting out of here. Avery said, start Love tonight or go with Levis. I'm going to go with Love. I'm going with Love.
I'm sorry. Love. Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Apologize.
Algorithm said, added the Vikings kicker off waivers. I was happy with the points. I guess kickers do matter. There you go. TD said, in one of your
previous guys videos, are just buttering me up because I just complained, but thank you.
TD said, in one of your previous videos, you said Colts were a favorite down the stretch, been rolling with the Broncos since before they smacked the Falcons around. Yeah, I think the pairing is good. Kay said, start Purdy or Jay Herbie. Give me Purdy this week.
Yeah, give me Purdy, but I don't love either.
I don't love it either.
But yeah.
And then the last question, and then we will close out the night. Thank you guys so much.
I do have a couple of things on Levis after we're done with this question. Yeah.
Okay. Nathaniel said, is it still worthy to have AJ Brown as a start? Philly is running the ball more. Yes. You're not putting AJ Brown on your bench ever. He still has a really good schedule the rest of the way.
I was just going to say, in terms of Levis here, because we did get a lot of Levis questions, though. We did. When a couple people ask in terms of Love or Levis, I'm still going Love. I'm just saying Levis is going up against the Jaguars. Jaguars are allowing a league high 8 games or 20 points or more to quarterbacks. The Jaguars are also one of 2 teams to allow 2 touchdown passes on a per game basis. And let me just see this. Will Levis, over the last, as of 3-4 game, in his last 4 games since returning from injury, he's had 2 touchdowns in at least all of those games, in at least 3 of those games. And there's 4 games back. So I like Levis. I think this is a nice matchup for him. I think he produces. I think he's top 12, back end top 12. But yeah, Levis will do well.
There you go. Levis will do well. Hoff, you heard it here first. We got a good game tonight. Excited for this one a lot.
What happened to all your lights?
What do you mean? They died. Yeah, they died. It happens. I gotta put them on a lower.
I thought it was because the fiance fired up the air fryer. Maybe she broke a circuit.
No.
Maybe that's.
I do got to piss, so it is time to close out of here.
Now it's time to go. Okay.
Thank you guys for watching. TD said, "Yeah, Hoff McLaughlin is my ride or die kicker." There you go. If you guys are betting, we are partnering with Be Better. We did do our show on it yesterday. We're going to do more betting content as well. Feel free to use promo code FFSN to get your first month for $7. It's a really great tool. We've enjoyed using it. We're going to continue doing some shows promoting the tool as well as showing you how we find our bets. What'd you say?
Can I use that?
You sure can. There you go.
And
that's going to do it for us. One question here, Chargers D or Bucks D or Dolphins. I like the Chargers. That will close out. He said, please, last one. I got you covered.
Gotcha.
Hoff, you got any last words?
No, I will sign us out, and then you can hit the old end stream button. I will just say, love you guys, love the support. We genuinely had a good time with this. It was a lot of fun. But until next time, stay thirsty, be kind to one another. We'll catch you guys on the flip side.